Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Raven 500 meter automatic diver, and this happens to be the Endeavour E-1 with date. And as usual, we're gonna open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of the Endeavour from Raven. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches that I reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So I've always liked these Raven watch boxes. I actually reviewed a Trekker about a year ago, and if I remember correctly, I liked that watch a lot. Unfortunately, I can't really say that with this one, and I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. I'm going to go over all the positive attributes of the watch, and then I'm going to go over the deal killers for me, and there are 2 or 3 of them if I remember correctly. So anyways, talk about the watch box. I like the watch box. So let's show you what you get inside. All right, you have this little compartment here for your warranty stuff and whatever else you want to put in there. Here is Steve, he is the owner. Here is his business card, and of course the warranty card back here. It doesn't come with a instruction manual. You really don't need one. These watches are really easy to figure out how to set and operate. And let's take a look at the watch itself. You also get some extra spring bars and an extra slot for either another watch or for some straps or whatever. They have different straps also available on the site. You can get like a rubber strap if you want to put a rubber strap on this thing. So, all right, first thing, and I'll talk more about this later. First thing is the weight. This watch is crazy, crazy heavy, but I'm gonna go ahead and save that for a little bit later. Let's go ahead and talk about, the basic specs of the watch, and then I'll dive deeper into, what I like about the watch and what I don't like about the watch. All right, here we go. You're looking at a 44 millimeter case. It's 14.5 millimeters thick. That's another thing I'm not crazy about, by the way. Now, there was no thickness given on the website, so I actually measured this myself, and I came up with 14.5. It's 49.5 millimeters lug to lug. It is on a 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelet with a dive extension. It does have a sapphire crystal with an AR coating. It has the ETA 2824-2 movement. Of course, everybody knows the 2824 movement. The -2, by the way, stands for the second generation. And of course, everybody knows ETA is part of the Swatch group, a very, very famous movement and kind of an expensive movement inside of this watch. It also has a 38-hour power reserve. It is windable. It is hackable. You have a screw-down case back with just the Raven logo on the back, nothing else on the back of the watch. I think there's also the serial number of each individual watch back there too, but that's it. No other information about the watch. Of course, it's 500 meters water resistant, which is 1,600 feet. It has Super Luminova on the watch. No type of loom, no designation was given on the website. So I don't know if this is BGW9 or some other type of Super Luminova. I have no clue. You do have a signed screw-down crown over here at 4 o'clock. You have drilled lugs, which I always love to see on a watch. You have the date down there at 6 o'clock. It does not have a day function, and you have a 120-click unidirectional ceramic bezel. So pretty good specs on this thing. The specs are not really the problem. For me, it's the overall design. I think it's a pretty good looking watch, basically. A couple things, and let's go ahead, I guess, well, let me talk about the stuff I like. I like the overall design. I like the quality of the materials that are used with the watch. I love the ETA movement. I love the sapphire crystal. I love the ceramic bezel. But first of all, like I said a little bit earlier, this thing is crazy heavy. I mean, it's like walking around with an anvil on your wrist. It's super heavy. It's a big watch. I mean, it's, the case is 44 millimeters. That's pretty big on the bigger side. If you look on the dial, it's very blingy. I mean, it's super, super chromed out. All the indexes are super chromed out. And it kind of makes it, a little bit hard to read in direct sunlight because the sunlight is just bouncing all over the hands, all over the indexes. I wish they had maybe done a little bit more of a matte finish with everything on the dial. I mean, this is a legitimate diver's watch being 500 meters water resistant. So I wish they had kind of let, all the chrome go and just kind of let the watch speak for itself without having to bling it out like crazy. Also, the hour hand, you can tell that's a Mercedes hour hand minus the Mercedes star in the middle of the circle there. And not too crazy about the hour hand look. They could have maybe used a different hour hand. And if you also look at the bottom, that's kind of a nod to a Tudor watch where it says self-winding rotor. Is that what it says? Yeah. Self-winding rotor, yeah. So that's kind of a two-door homage kind of script there. I mean, it's got some nice, I guess, original design features. I mean, I do like the shape of the indexes. And I like the overall look of the watch. It's just those other things, the weight, the thickness, the fact that that hour hand, you know it's a Mercedes hour hand, again, minus the three-pronged star inside of there. So anyway, I guess let's talk a little bit more about the things I do like. Love the bezel action, 120-click bezel. Love the bezel action. And the loom is fantastic. And I'll show you the loom here in a little bit. I do like the crown. The crown is buttery smooth. Really nice crown action, nice pop action. Of course, you know, it is hackable and windable. Very smooth winding. So, I mean, it's an ETA movement. What do you expect? It's a Swiss-made movement. So, I would really expect this from an ETA movement, by the way. Let's talk about the rest of the case. I mean, nothing spectacular. It kind of reminds me a tad bit of a, I don't know, it's one of those big Citizen Ecozillas. So, nice drilled lugs. Everything is pretty much brushed. There's nothing polished on the stainless steel bracelet. All the polishing is on those indexes. I mean, it's way too polished for a diver's watch, in my humble opinion. So anyway, nice bracelet though. You have your diver's extension right there, which is nice. I love these built-in integrated diver's extensions. You have some nice perlage on the scissor clasp. I love that perlage. Perlage is when they do the circles. Geneva stripes are when they have the stripes. So this is perlage on the clasp there. I like that. Nice little touch. Case back, kind of boring. I mean, you just see the Raven logo laser etched into the case back. And like I thought, you see the individual serial number of the watch. I think he's only making 200 of these, I believe. See if I can get my fingers out of the way. Yes, this is number 34 of 200. Again, no specifications about the watch. It doesn't say it has a sapphire crystal. It doesn't give you a movement. It doesn't give you, an origin where the watch was made. There's no information on the case back. It has, I like it, but those other things, man, they're just a deal killer for me, unfortunately. And I know he puts a lot of effort into these watches, but it's so heavy. It's ridiculously heavy, guys. I mean, you'd have to buy one just to find out how heavy it is. I wish I had a scale with me right now, because if this thing doesn't weigh close to a pound, I would be extremely shocked. It's just that heavy. Let's go ahead and try it on. All right. I might need to go to the gym after this. Good grief. And, some of you guys, I mean, it looks nice. You can see all the chrome kind of blinging out there from all the indexes being chromed to the hilt. It's like I'm looking at, some sort of 57 Chevy with all the chrome. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, you think they would have maybe just kind of subdued the dial a little bit and not chromed everything. What else do I want to tell you about before I give you a Loom Shot? I mean, it's well built. I mean, it feels solid. It feels very well built. It'll probably last you forever, but it's just so big and so heavy. So let's go ahead and give you the Loom Shot. And I'm not trying to trash this watch. I'm really not. I mean, first of all, whoever goes to 500 meters, nobody ever goes below about, 10 feet, whether, you're at the beach or you're in the pool somewhere. I mean, 500 meters is absolute overkill for this watch. And a lot of people say, well, it's better to have it, not use it, than need it, not have it. But I mean, 500 meters, I mean, good grief. All right, there you go. There's the loom. Great looking loom. I can't fault the loom at all. Let me line that bezel up. There you go. Lines up perfectly. Loom is fantastic. I mean, it's probably my favorite feature of the entire watch is this loom. Man, I wish he hadn't used that Mercedes hour hand and just taken out that star. I wish he had used or either made an original design hour hand, because you see so many of those hour hands on watches. Anyway, so there's a loom. So if you notice, the dial color is a little more green than the bezel. The bezel has that kind of bluish cobalt look to it, and the dial has that more green Superluminova. Again, have no idea what type of Superluminova, because he's missing a lot of specs on his website, which, you're paying this much for a watch. Guys, these things are $750. That's right, I said it, $750 for this watch. A huge majority of that is probably because of the ETA movement. In fact, I would guarantee you that's one main reason why it's so expensive. But good grief, man. So, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just kind of a fail. I hate to say that, but this is just kind of a fail of a watch. You know, the derivative Mercedes hour hand, the weight, the blinged out indexes, the rotor self-winding script down there taken off of a Tudor. I don't know, man. The tiny date window, the date window definitely needs a bezel or a frame around it. Maybe that's just my old age. You know, these ceramic bezels are super shiny. To me, a tool watch, a dive watch that's meant to be a tool watch, really needs to look like a tool watch. Very, you know, minimal decoration. I don't want my diver to be kind of blingy. And that's just me personally. Some of you guys out there are going to love this thing. And if you love it, by all means, go get one. Very well built. I think it is, you know, really expensive for what it is. But, you know, it's just one of those things. So again, I hope I'm not bashing this thing. I think I kind of am a little bit, unfortunately. But I can't really get behind it, man. It's just kind of a fail for me personally. But again, if y'all like it, by all means, go get yourself one. I'm sure you'll be happy with it. But guys, that's really about it. What I will do is I'll go ahead and still put a link in the description field. So if you want to go over to Raven's site and pick yourself up one, go ahead and do that. I think they have the date model, which is this one. They have the no date model, and then they have the Tiffany dial model, which is kind of that Tiffany greenish blue. And again, all of them are $750. And I'm not quite sure what he charges for shipping. Let me see real quick here what he charges for shipping. It might be free shipping. Let's take a look. All right, well, I found out there is no free shipping, which that kind of ticks me off as well. When you're spending this much money for a watch, I think he could, you know, throw in free shipping. Now, if you want regular shipping, it's $9. If you want USPS Priority Mail Express, that's $38. So, okay, there, you know, add another thing to my list that kind of ticks me off about this watch. Anyway, you know, even after all of this, if you want to go pick one up, again, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description field. Pick yourself up one. And guys, that's been about it for this one. This has been the Raven 500 meter automatic diver. This is the Endeavour E-1 with date. And guys, until the next review. Oh, make sure you also like and subscribe, and make sure you click that notification bell. Anyway, until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.